Hello, this is Lee on PublicLee speaking, and this week I'm going to talk about government, specifically representative republics. There is something that annoys me about almost every single political debate. Wait! Before you turn this off or leave an angry comment, my complaint is not political in nature. It's the fact that everyone calls America a democracy. And we're not. We're a republic, specifically a representative republic. More specifically, a democratically elected representative republic. But Lee, you might say, you said democratically. Doesn't that make it a democracy? No, not really. Calling a democratically elected representative republic a democracy is like calling a car a tire. Yeah, that's the part of it that affects the ground, but it's not what drives the damn thing. So, America is a democratically elected representative republic. Let's break that down. To start off with, you have a republic, which is pretty simple. It's a government where positions are elected or appointed, not inherited like a monarchy. While positions in a monarchy could be appointed, the kingship itself and most of the positions are not, turning politics into a Game of Thrones. In a republic, those with power were not born to it, and possibly won't hold it until they die, though some might. Second word, representative. Representative just means the people in positions of power, Senate, House, President, etc., represent something else. In America, what the people in power represent is the people in the state they ran for office in, or everyone in the country in the case of the president. These people make decisions, tons of decisions that if we knew about, we probably wouldn't vote for them again, but that's the point. We don't make the decisions, we just decide who does. That leads to the first bit, democratically elected. This is where people think that we're a democracy. Democracy means that, theoretically, everyone gets to vote on the issues. When America started, only male, white, landowning adults could vote, then male, white adults, then male adults, and then adults. Except for felons. Depends on your state. Here's a map. Anyways, everyone gets a vote, and you might say, wait, this seems like a good idea. Why don't we vote for everything? With today's technology, it's totally doable. Just do something like a mass text. Here's the proposed bill. Text 1 for yes, 2 for no. That would be a true democracy and a horrible idea. You see, true democracy is rule by the will of the people, which is the majority, which is the mob. When Rome tried to be more democratic and bowed to the will of the mob, what they got was called bread and circuses. People will almost always vote to give themselves things at the expense of others, and that only works until the system cracks under the accumulated greed and avarice of the masses. Think about it. In a true democracy, it wouldn't matter what people said previously, no one would care about precedents, all that would matter is what people want at this moment. On the upside, weed would probably be legal. On the downside, it would be mandatory to be Christian. Non-whites would lose all rights. Men probably would too, given that there are more women than men in America, especially once you disenfranchise, take away the voting rights of, the felons. It wouldn't matter what our government was before, as long as the majority said it was law, then it would be. A true democracy is not a nice place. This is why we have a republic, so the people can still get what they need and things are kept fair without breaking the system. At least in theory. However, in America, the system has become incredibly corrupt. But here's the important part. If we, the people, wanted to, we could fix it fairly quickly. All we would have to do is vote in people who could fix the corruption. But that's kind of the point. It isn't the representative republic part that's the source of corruption. It's the democratic part. Almost all Americans can agree that the government does bad things, Congress keeps screwing up, and it's all corrupt. But here's the thing. It's only that way because we let it. By voting the same corrupt officials back into office, you are giving your tacit approval of everything they have done, both good and bad. It might not be you personally, but the majority are allowing the corruption to not only stay, but spread, as other politicians see that corruption is not punished, but rewarded. Because we live in a democratically elected representative republic, we have the power to change all of that. To quote a terrible TV show, the power is yours. But really, for the love of God, stop calling it a democracy. Doing so shows that you don't know what type of thing you are talking about. It's the equivalent of saying, my tires get excellent gas mileage, or I'm going to go drive in my tire. It makes you look like an idiot. Call it a representative republic, or at least a republic, but if you can't use the correct term for our nation's government, how is anyone supposed to take anything you have seriously if you can't be bothered to learn the name of the thing that you're talking about? Terms are important, and they should be used correctly. I hope you've learned something today. Next week, I'm going to talk about the ridiculously awesome, probably cancelled, post-apocalyptic reality show, The Colony. This is Lee, PublicLee speaking, and signing off.